Hello friends, today I've given myself the challenge of making a video for you exclusively with my drone. Why? Okay, I'll tell you why in a second. Now let me just get this thing going here and we're gonna have some fun. Okay, let's see. All right. Let's see if everything's working. Everything seems to be working. Now, as you know, I am in Da Nang, Vietnam. And I'm here to complete a couple of projects, mainly. The main one I am doing, as you all know, you've seen it in videos before. I mean, the point I'm trying to get across here with this video is to give you something a little bit different, I guess, but also to help us think about being out of the box. Now, while you enjoy this beautiful view, I'm going to try to, give you an idea about what I think about this. I think creativity is something that you kind of learn. You learn through daily life. Applying the daily life creativity to being an artist or a musician is a different kind of skill. Something that you kind of have to, develop. So why do I think this is essential in your career? Well, I'll tell you why. Let me put this thing in front of me. All right. Now we're going to be in front of me here. This drone thing requires a bit of skill and, well, also creativity to make a video that's worthwhile. I mean, I've seen lots of drone videos that are just kind of boring, just flying around or whatever. But yeah, it does take some creativity, no matter how much your gear is very modern, right? Oh boy, jet ski guys. Sorry about this noise. The water, by the way, is spectacular. So nice, warm. The reason I say creativity is important is because, well, you guys know to a certain degree, but to what degree does it really matter? I say that it's more important than ever because the way things are going with AI and all this unbelievable garbage. AI, by the way, is a total rip-off of artists, is my opinion. It's the biggest art heist ever. But it's not going to stop because people just don't care. Anyway, the reason you have to be creative like never before is just because of this. Because of this situation we find ourselves in. A robot or whatever, AI, it's not even AI, you can't even call it AI because it's not, it's just gathering of data and then outputting it in different shapes so that it's unrecognizable from the original, which, I really don't like that anyway. You have to be super creative because this era is coming, and without your creativity, it's going to be real tough to do anything that's innovative, that can promote your own voice, that can allow you to live from music, right? Most of all, more than living from music, is your ability to express yourself, of course. You have to have the ability to express yourself honed in to a very big degree on a level that separates you from the rest of humanity. Let's face it. I mean, you want to be an artist, you want to be a musician, you have to function on a level creatively that's way above the average human being. To create constantly, to put things out there that are going to make a difference in the lives of people or in your life. Let's face it. That takes a whole lot of creativity, and it's something that you cannot reproduce in a computer or something, right? Okay, there's a sign up here, a signpost, no swimming, and there's some people up there, so I'm going to change the angle of this thing here to get away from the people. And also you can have a look at the shore here. Let's just get by the people. They didn't even notice the drone. We have some more girls coming up here. Hi, how are you? Anyway, now there's creativity and there's super creativity, right? Super creativity is a muscle you can flex like any athlete that has to, perform on a very high level as a profession in his career. You have to control that. You know what I mean? It's not something you can leave to chance. And how do you do that exactly? Well, in my humble opinion, you must have the foundation, the foundational tools that allow you to express yourself in the way that you want. Okay? And for drumming, what is that? It's not paradiddles. It's not all these things that the infotainment, people on YouTube, the drummers on YouTube, it's nothing but infotainment. It's no real solid advice or teaching. It's infotainment with fancy graphics or cutting to this, clip of this drummer or that drummer, riding off the coattails of other drummers. That's why I don't feature like other drummers playing on my videos. It's like, what for? You can already go see that, and plus it just cuts into the effectiveness of what we should be doing. All right, I'm going to check on the audio here for a moment. There's all these factors at play when you're doing this. Okay, we're still going on the audio. Super creativity can be based off your knowledge, all right? Rhythmic knowledge. Now, why do I say rhythmic knowledge? Because rhythm, I've said this before many times, rhythm is like a kaleidoscope, all right? A kaleidoscope, you turn it this way, you turn it that way, it changes shape and color, right? It seems like an infinity of forms can come to life because you just simply move the perspective, you move the tube or you move the kaleidoscope and new things happen. That's how rhythm works. Rhythm is an infinite pool of creativity that you can draw from. And sadly, you know, it's not explored at all. I mean, at all. Even in more advanced drumming pedagogy, all we seem to be stuck on is independence and rudiments and things like that, but hardly anybody talks about rhythm. Why is something very interesting? It's because these concepts are the next level in drumming. They should be the first level, like in Cuba or Africa. That's like the first level in those countries that are very dramistically, profound. But in the West, our thing is, oh boy, I want to practice paradiddles, or I want to do the latest lick from Gospel Chops because that's gonna get me views. It's really disturbing when you look at this situation and just, it's mind-boggling that people want to stay that way and play that way. Let's do a little twist on the angle here. I like this shot. I like this. Looking towards the sea now. Tapping into rhythm is like tapping into infinity. Why? Because the mathematical combinations that are possible are basically just that, infinity possibilities. I've talked about this before in other videos, and surprisingly, really surprisingly, so many haters got on those videos and started making ridiculous comments. I mean, like hateful comments, especially on my video about the biggest secret in drumming, which was about the 3-bar cycle and cycles in general. Wow, I couldn't believe how many goons made comments on that. And I think it's partly because they were just intimidated by the fact that drumming is so deep, and it's not just about paradiddles and whatever the hell. Their worlds are shattered when you're confronted with the reality of what drumming is about. All right, perhaps we're going to make our way back the other way, or not. Let's walk a little bit more. I'm going to take the drone out here again, because there's people coming. Well, let's keep going. These types of talks are something that I do with friends that are musicians, drummers. That's a great thing about this platform, YouTube, or the internet in general, is it gives you access to people that you may not have had before. Me access to you guys, and you guys access to whatever I have to offer here. All right, let's turn around. Let's go the other way, because it's getting hot and I don't want to go too far from my original. Well, I can keep walking. This beach is so long. Anyway, I hope that this is interesting for you guys, and I would love to hear actually what it is that you guys are looking for in drumming, besides, the usual things. I have to say that on this channel, it seems to be like the majority of players are pretty advanced players. I look at my stats on the channel, and by the way, there's 0 girls watching this channel, which is very interesting. And the majority of the players are 35 and over. So what does that tell me? It tells me that the guys, watching this are for the most part very experienced players. Experienced players and folks that have been drumming for a very long time. So it's interesting for me to hear, what you guys are searching for. I don't really appeal to young kids on YouTube. I'm not going to soften my approach. I don't want to make drumming less of a beautiful thing that it is by chasing an algorithm and making material that is just clown show stuff. That's not for me. I don't like infotainment. I guess I just have too much respect for drumming and what it can do for a human being. I think the human aspect of it is more important than ever now because of what's coming. We are being completely ripped off as artists on Spotify, on all these streaming services. That's why I don't put anything on Spotify. The only way you can hear my stuff is on my website. I sell my CDs and stuff directly on my website, and obviously here on YouTube, you can hear some of my music and material. The truth is there's over 600 videos here on YouTube, but the vast majority of my stuff is on my lesson site anyway. The human side of things is so much more important now because of what's coming. Now, how do you tap into that? I think to tap into that, instead of moving forward in time, you should consider moving backwards in time to what drumming was for human beings, for the language, the deep, ancient language that drumming has. And that requires stepping into the past. The future of drumming just seems like binary language, and that's it. It just gets worse and worse and worse. Obviously, there's great drummers out there, they're doing incredible things, but in general, there seems to be a gigantic gap between these guys and the general population of drummers that are out there trying to learn and trying to play, for God's sake. Sometimes I just like to walk on this beach to get in touch, to get back in touch with reality. Nature gives you the opportunity to get back in touch with reality. things that matter the most. As a musician, it's easy to live in a dream world. To live in a world where, you know, you can escape. You can escape things. You can almost be a Peter Pan. I don't know why that came across my mind, but the problem is with the Peter Pan thing is that you have to retain a childlike quality in order to create, to innovate, to be someone that has the ability to play, to explore, right? If you're so dogmatic already about music and just, you know, follow the rules without any thought to fun, innovation, playing, it's gonna be whacked, right? I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying making it. You want to have a look at the city? Let's have a look at the city here. See where I can fly for you guys. Just gonna get past this flag here. The drone is doing an excellent job at avoiding obstacles. This sign. Anyway, let's go flying for fun, yeah? Speaking of fun, here we go. What's ahead? All right, little guy, let's go. What an amazing tool, the drone. What an amazing tool. This is Da Nang, Vietnam, the coast where a lot of the tourism is happening for the city. Farther up there is more of a fishing type of a situation, and here you can see all the hotels and stuff. Hotels where people enjoy their vacations. I've got quite a distance away now. I get a bit nervous when the drone is out of my line of sight directly. These distances like this it's not even that far actually, but yeah, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking to know that your $1,500 device is out there over the water. So we're gonna come back home, guys. Come back. Here we are. There I am. I think that's me. Oh, there it is. All right. Here I am, guys. This is fun. Amazing technology. All right, my friends. I hope you enjoyed that, and some of the topics here that we discussed are useful. And I just want to say this was a blast, and I thank you. If you've watched this far, I thank you for the patience and, you know, understanding and trying to vary things, change things up. Okay, peace out.